Man with eXp Realty, and today I'm going to be breaking down what's really going on in the Saratoga Springs housing market because prices are up big, inventory is tight, and I'm going to break that down what that means whether you're buying, selling, or investing in Saratoga Springs, New York. So we've got our presentation set up for you here. Let's get this down. I'm going to move myself right down to the corner here. Here we go. We're looking at the numbers for October 2025 for this one. Let's jump right into what we got here, okay? So right now, we're looking at, a pretty competitive, fast-moving market in October 2025 here. So let's take a look at what's going on here. Because the first thing we're seeing is the median sales price is about 800,000 or 759,000. This is up 44% year over year. So we're seeing a pretty big increase in actual prices of the house. Now the average sales price is running about 875. So that's showing some strong appreciation in the Saratoga Springs market. Last month, October, 34 home closings in the month, and we had 25 that were pending by the end of that month. So we got a strong seller's market. A lot of that is driven by the, not as much inventory as we've been seeing in the past, but we got some updates on that as we go through this. So stay with me here. But still, not as much inventory, but we still got some strong demand in Saratoga because it's really a place that a lot of people want to be here. So coming in here, so here we go. We got limited supplies keeping that pressure on prices as we can see right here. So we got 87 active listings at the time I ran this report here, okay? So that's about 2.7 months of supply. So what we're really looking for a balanced market is about 4 to 5 months supply of inventory in the market. When we can see we're about a month and a half shy of that in Saratoga Springs right now, which is leaving it as a seller's market. So which is pretty typical of what we're seeing in most markets across country, though that seems to be maybe shifting a little bit here. So that's good news for some buyers. We did see about 40 to 44 new listings in that month of October here. See what we got coming in here. So the homes are continuing to sell quickly right here. They're sitting on the market for about 3 weeks or so. That's on the average. Let's see, 41 days is a long, 18 days is a short one here. And they're still getting about what they're asking for. Over right now, we're seeing about a third of the homes in the Saratoga market selling for over asking. The other ones are getting pretty close to what they're asking. So you can see right here that sales to list ratio is sitting at about 98, 99%, and about 30.1% or 30.8% of homes, just under 31%, are selling above their asking price when we're getting there. So that's a 17% increase compared to 2024 that we're seeing, okay? So that is a clear evidence of bidding war dynamics that are still out there that we can see. As far as the sales to list ratios, accurate pricing strategies is really what you want to be doing in order to get in there and get the most bang for your buck as far as what your home is worth, and also strong negotiating skills when you're going through that. So mortgage relief is helping offset price growth right now. So right now we're seeing things at the lowest interest rates that we've seen in over a year, really. It's hovering at about 6 1/3, 6 1/4% right now. So that's a 30-year fixed rate that we're seeing. Now, forecasts are predicting here that these rates are going to start dropping, and they have been dropping, but they're going to continue to drop into 2026. We're thinking sometime spring, summer 2026 to hopefully see these numbers down in the 5% range, maybe even sooner than that. But that's what the forecasters are saying, so we have to keep an eye on that. But even just this lower rate than we've seen in the past, than the last year, as far as a mortgage rate is concerned, that's about $280 savings per month from what we were seeing a year ago. That's about $3,400 a year. So those interest rates have been coming down, which is good news for buyers that are out there. So some expert consensus, we do have sustainable growth ahead, okay? The data that we're seeing, it's not matching what a lot of people say. You hear the rumors and talking about saying there's going to be a crash in the market, there's going to be a crash in the market. Not likely, not according to what the data is showing. They are showing that there's still going to be steady growth in the prices of the homes, but those interest rates are coming down, which is going to do two things. It's one, that's going to bring people to put their houses on the market. There's some people looking to downsize, maybe your family is growing, so they're looking at different things, but they don't want to go in those high interest rates. So as those rates come down, we're going to start seeing some more inventory coming out on the market. And this is true not only in Saratoga, but the surrounding areas as well. And what we're also going to see is that's also those lower rates are going to bring more buyers out because, again, they don't want to pay those high interest rates because a lot of the sellers don't want to leave their low interest rate that they refinanced out a few years back for a higher interest rate, which is currently what they're seeing now. So they're sitting on that, waiting for that to come down because they're not ready to move up until those rates come down or come down. So that we're seeing. So that's kind of keeping things different, but we are seeing those rates come down. So we're going to be seeing some sustainable growth here. So affordability has improved in 39 of the 50 top markets, as we can see right over here. And new listings rose. So this is good for buyers. New listings rose 4.1% year over year. So across nationally, we're seeing an increase in that inventory, which is good for our buyers that are sitting on the market because you've got more options to choose from than when you're doing from. So opportunities emerging as rates ease. So we just talked a bit about that, but as those rates are coming down, those sellers are looking to start put on the market because they're looking to move to another place. So you sell your house, you got to go someplace, right? You're not generally not going to live out on the street. So that's really what we're kind of looking at right there. So we talked about $280 that has decreased. We've seen about 4.1% increase in selection or inventory year over year. The seasonal slowdowns also offer great opportunity for both buyers and sellers because a lot of people don't like to sell their houses in the market in the winter months, but that means if you're out there and you're putting your house on the market now, you have less competition. So you're going to have more buyers looking at your house and more competition for that house. And the same thing kind of goes for buyers a little bit too, that there's a little bit less competition for those houses and people aren't going to be swarming as much. So these winter months, these slow months over the next couple months here before we hit that spring thaw where people start to all pop their houses out on the market on that selling season right there, offer opportunities for both buyers and sellers as we'll go through these next couple months. For sellers, less competition means strong offers. So inventory advantage. Okay, inventory is still under 3 months. We talked about that. 4 to 5 months is where we're really looking for a nice balanced market. We're at 2.7 in Saratoga, but that means stronger leverage in negotiations for our sellers. Okay, limited competitions, prices priced properly, as I mentioned earlier. Homes generate multiple offers and generally, and a lot of times can go for over asking. So premium pricing, that list to sales ratio or that sales to list ratio that we said 98 to 99% means that the tiered pricing is achievable for well presented properties. So nearly 1/3 of homes sell above asking price, demonstrating a robust buyer demand that's out there. And strategic timing, early 2026, beat the rush of what we see coming out here in the spring and the summer months. For the first hot week in April, you can almost count about 2-3 weeks after that, a big spike in the number of houses that are listed for sale on there. Then it's a mad frenzy and a rush. So you want to beat that rush. Not a bad idea to start getting things in order and in line right now. And if you're curious what you can get for your home on the market and you want a home analysis of what you could probably list that property for, reach out and get a hold of me. My contact information is in the description below. I can get you that into those numbers and I can help you out with that. So give you some idea of what your home could sell for here. So why do buyers keep continuing to choose Saratoga Springs? Pretty simple, especially if you live here in Saratoga Springs. I'm a lifelong resident, born and raised in Saratoga. So, it's just the quality of life is fantastic here. There's year-round demand, so there's just year-round activities to do. Of course, we got the racetrack, SPAC in the summer, as well as all the parks and everything that we have, as well as in the winter. We're close to the Adirondacks, so if you love the skiing, snowshoeing, anything like that you could do in the winter, and there's just long-term development, and there's jobs in the area as well, and we've got more jobs coming, so keep an eye out for that. We've got some exciting news that have come out. We have things with Quad Graphics in that area is supposed to bring in. Regeneron is going to be coming in there. It's going to be bringing in, I believe, about 1,000 jobs to the Saratoga area. So there is opportunities for that as well. So if you are looking to buy or sell your home, time to talk strategy here. And my contact information is below. I'd love to talk with you. Buyers, I can get you set up with alerts tailored to exactly what you are looking for in the market. So it's specific to what you need. So weed out all the fluff that you see out there sent directly to your email. As soon as they pop on the market, you'll be getting those notifications. You'll be the first one to see them. So you can get on there and get out there and take a look at those properties, but I can set that up to you. All you have to do is reach out to me, give me a call. Let's have that conversation. Sellers, the same thing. You want to, I can go through, take a look at your home, give you an idea, put together a market analysis of your property, see what you could get for on the market, also give you some tips of what you could do to get your house ready to sell fast, and also sell for top dollar, and where you're not spending money on things where you're not going to get your return. It's a mistake I see a lot of times by a lot of sellers. They go in and they start doing these big major overhauls, but you're never going to get your money back on that. So those are things to consider when you're doing that. So what the report I can give you can be data-driven decisions, or data-driven, to help you make the correct decision what you do on those properties. So, and investors, reach out to me as well, because we do have some great investment opportunities for Airbnbs, multifamilies, and stuff in Saratoga Springs and the surrounding area, which will definitely help you. In fact, I started out my real estate career as an investor, buying my first investment property over 20 years ago, and I've had investment properties, multifamilies, as well as doing some flips ever since. So I can definitely help you run the numbers to see what your ROI is going to be on that one. Cash on cash return, these are important numbers that you kind of want to look at when you're looking to purchase a property here. So let's connect right here. Again, my name is Chris McMahon. I'm with eXp Realty right here in Saratoga Springs area. My phone number is on there. My email is there as well. That'll also be in the description below. Living in SaratogaSprings.com is my website. Visit to find out more information about me. And if you want a copy of this report, so you can take a look over, go a little bit deeper into that report, text me market report to my cell phone number, which is 518-321-4565. I can email this report out straight to you and get that in your hands so you can take a look at it. So that's what we got for now. Subscribe to the channel, or follow, whatever media you're watching this on. Follow me on that one, because I got more information coming on about the areas. I do more than just these market reports, but we do kind of neighborhood reports, all kinds of stuff like that, and you don't want to miss out on that. So check in and follow with me, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video.